Boy, I slept a long time, but I kept waking up off and on throughout the night. It looks like I'm gonna have to start taking 2 pills. I just took one last night to help me sleep. Man, I've been fasting, I've been losing weight, not eating before 2 o'clock. You know, 2 o'clock is when I start my first meal, and then 7 o'clock is when I start my second meal, and then I'm finished. And ever since I've been doing that, I've been feeling my health, you know, improve. You feel what I'm saying? Keep on doing that as a lifestyle until the day that I die, man. You know, fasting is the shit. You know, fasting is the shit. Like right now, I'm gonna go have a coffee drink, and that's all I'm gonna have. And then we're gonna work out. I think it's gonna be another hot day. But I wanted to talk about something real quick. The reason why we chase the bag, man, because we want to be free. We don't want to be working these 9-to-5 jobs that just don't get you anywhere. You're basically running on a hamster wheel, bruh. Just not going anywhere in life. You feel what I'm saying? So we chasing that bag, man, to hopefully one day be free from the system that's built to keep you down. You see what I'm saying? It's built to keep you down. It's built to keep you in it. You feel me? It's built to keep you in it. It's not built to help you get ahead, man. It's built to keep you in it, to keep that tax dollar, in rotation, man. It's built to keep the tax dollar in rotation. No, you can't escape from the U.S. No, you can't become rich. They don't want you to become rich. They want you to keep paying that tax dollar, bro. And this country get its money from taxes, bro. How you think the U.S. get its money? Tax dollars. The weapons that they build and they create and shit like that with the U.S. Army, that comes from tax dollars. Schooling, building schools, tax dollars. Building prisons, tax dollars. See what I'm saying? So that's why they keep raising the price on everything and making everything so goddamn expensive. Because they want to keep you working. And before the retirement age was 64, now it's 67. So we all know the plan is to keep you here working in the matrix. No, you can't be free. You can't live in another country. No, we don't want you to go out there and give your money to them. No, you gotta keep your money here. Keep them working. That's the main objective. We need you to keep working. We don't need you to retire at an early age. Because if everybody retired at 40, man, this country would be in trouble, bro. You retired at 40? Nah, we don't want you to retire at 40. We want you to retire at 67, at the end of your lifeline. He wants you to retire at 67, god damn it. You feel what I'm saying? So it's built to keep you here, man. That's why it's nearly hard or nearly impossible to escape. You gotta have enough money to say, fuck you, I'm out of here. I don't have to do what you got to say, man. I mean, I don't have to do what you say, man. You feel what I'm saying? I don't have to do what you say. I live on my own rules, go by my own codes and shit like that. So that's what you do, man. You get enough money, get the bag, and be like, you know what? I don't really have to stay here. I can leave the country whenever I want.
Wait.
You know what I'm saying? So this country is built to keep you here, bro. It's not built for you to be free. Keep that tax dollar coming in. That's what's really going on. You feel what I'm saying? So we keep rising the cost of living to make it impossible for them to even escape the matrix. Why you think it's so hard to escape the matrix? It's because they make it hard, bro. They make it nearly impossible to escape the matrix. It's like you will die here. You feel what I'm saying? They don't want you to leave. They don't want you to go nowhere, no. They want you to stay right here. And I have no problem with competing, man. You know, just playing the lottery, man, that's competing within itself. Because if you win a bag, you know, then you can compete with other men, period. And like I said, I don't want to go overseas to stay. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to live like forever in another country, but I do want to visit for a year or two. You know what I'm saying? Then come back to the matrix and make some more money. But the system is built to keep you here competing. And that's why a lot of us die earlier, man, because we work so goddamn hard. I'm talking about men. Men die earlier because we work so goddamn hard throughout life to compete with other men. We work extra hours. We work longer and harder. You know what I'm saying? And before you know it, you die early, man. That's why men die earlier than women. It's because we spend our whole entire lives competing with each other. You know what I'm saying? Working these hard-ass jobs. Some of these people will be working forever out here, bro. They'll never escape at all. They'll never get the bag. They'll never become rich. They'll never become successful. They will be working blue-collar jobs until the day that they die, man. You feel what I'm saying? They will be working blue-collar jobs until they drop. They'll never be able to travel and stuff, man. I see these guys, you know, driving in those trucks with the toolbox in the back and all the tool supplies. They're gonna be working forever, bro. Doing landscaping and all that other stuff, you know, and construction. Man, you're gonna be here forever working that stuff, bro. You're gonna retire doing that. While a smart guy like me, I'm gonna be traveling the world, living life on easy mode, because that's what intelligence does. Intelligence makes your life easy, man. All the intelligent motherfuckers, they see what's outside the box. You feel what I'm saying? They see what's outside the box, man. You feel me? So no, man, it's time to, look outside the box and think about things a little bit more deeply, man, because it is not going to be living good out here, man. The next, couple of years, everything going to continue to get more expensive. It's going to get harder and harder to escape the matrix. It's going to get harder and harder, and it's going to get way more expensive, like I said, man. It's going to get way more expensive. The cost of living is going to keep on going up, and more up. And more up. You know what I'm saying? Inflation done told motherfuckers a new asshole. Okay? Inflation done torn a motherfuckers a new asshole. Everybody working like little drones and stuff. Trust me, bruh. Nobody wants to work. They work because they have to. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers work because they have to. But if they had a choice, they wouldn't work. Why you think when motherfuckers hit the lottery, what they do? They quit their jobs, man. They hit a jackpot of $30 or $40 million, they quit their job. They don't need to work for no more, man. They got I fuck you money. I mean, fuck you money. not I fuck you money. I just woke up. Shit. God damn it. So I wake up later on the weekends. What time is it? Yeah, it's 8 o'clock. Yeah. So they got fuck you money. I don't have to do as you say money. I'm not your fucking puppet anymore. You know what I'm saying? That's what you need to do when you're chasing the bag, man, is, thinking that, once I get this money, I could tell you straight to your face, fuck you. I don't need your job. I got the bag now. So this country, this system is built to keep you in it, man. Just look around you. Everything's so goddamn expensive. Cost of living has went way up. You can't even save any money. In order to escape the matrix, you got to save money. They don't want you to do that. No, don't save the money. Keep them on that hamster wheel. Keep them on that hamster wheel. Keep that carrot out there. Basically, a fucking hamster wheel with a carrot in your face, and every time you try to reach for it and take a nibble or something like that, they pull it away. So you keep running on that hamster wheel with the carrot in front of you, man. That's what they want, man. They don't want you to have the carrot. I remember one time I was working for Uber or Lyft, one of those companies, right? And I'm pretty smart, man. I knew how to get the bonus, man. Every week you got a bonus. Every single week you got a bonus of maybe an extra $200 per week, right? So they set the bonus to where motherfuckers wasn't supposed to get it, right? Because they want that carrot to be out there. They don't want you to actually get the bonus. But one day, I said, fuck that. I know how to get this bonus. So I stood close to early in the week. Okay, let me start over again. I'm going ahead of myself. You're supposed to complete maybe 80 rides during the week, right? Okay, 80 rides in 7 days. So I would stick close to train stations like BART or bus stations and stuff like that, just to get the short rides throughout the week so I could get that bonus, right? So one day or 1 week, I completed all rides. And then you had to, you know, Lyft or Uber, they had the nerve to claim that I cheated getting the rides. I'm like, nah, I didn't cheat. I got my rides. Give me my motherfucking money. They claimed that I cheated. How did you get all those rides? You know, they didn't say that, but they sent me a message. I forgot what the message said, but it was clearly, in other words, like saying that I cheated getting those rides because I wasn't supposed to get that bonus. Feel what I'm saying? But I'm like, no, I'm smart. I know how to get the bonus. I don't trip about early in the week. I don't trip. I don't like trip about the rides, and I don't accept like extra long rides going to like San Francisco from Walnut Creek, which is like a 25, 30 mile ride, or maybe like 20 miles. I think about 20 miles, man. About a 20-mile ride from Walnut Creek to San Francisco. I would turn those down because I wanted to get my bonus, and I kept the shit local. Okay. I kept it in like maybe like a 10-mile radius. You know what I'm saying? If it was like 10, 12 miles, I'll take it. But like a 20-mile ride or a 25-mile ride, I'd be like, no. So I was more strategic about getting that bonus, and I needed that bonus. So they claimed that I cheated, man. You know, I cheated getting the bonus. And I'm like, whatever, bro. You guys you just didn't want me to have it. That's what it was. I wasn't supposed to get it. And I got it. I needed that extra $200, man. Like, you don't make a whole lot of money doing Uber and Lyft, man. You needed that extra $200 a fucking goddamn week. Now, there was a couple of times where I didn't get the bonus. And I noticed that, like, the closer I got to the bonus, the longer the trips were. So that's how I know it's a hamster wheel with the carrot sticking out in front of your face. You feel what I'm saying? You're not supposed to get that carrot. You ain't supposed to be having nibbles of it. You're supposed to be running after the carrot on the hamster wheel, just never ever getting the carrot. But I finally got it. What's up with a Jamie in the house? And they claimed that I cheated. Cause what? I was strategic about getting that bonus. You feel what I'm saying? So they don't want to actually want you to have that bonus. And like I said, man, it happened every single time. I'm not stupid, man. I know when something is up. Uber and Lyft, I noticed that the closer I got to that bonus, you know, the longer the trips were, right? You got a trip, you about to get the bonus. You're about like 5 or maybe 10. You're like 10 rides away from the bonus. All of a sudden, you're getting trips going to San Francisco, San Jose, from where I'm at, Dublin. You know, Dublin is like a 15-mile trip from Walnut Creek. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm like, what's up with all these long rides at the end of my, right before I'm getting the bonus? You know, I'm getting all these long ass rides, and it would happen every single time. And I would turn that shit down. Like, man, I'm not going way out to San Francisco from Walnut Creek. That's like, man, hell no. I'm staying out here. I'll take 10-mile rides, but I'm not taking 20, 30-mile rides, man. 30-mile rides. It's not even worth it, bro. You putting all that, like, stress on your car, all them miles on your car. You see what I'm saying? What's up with it? What's up with it, Dorian? You see, like, yeah, Uber, Lyft, hamster wheel, exactly. And like I was saying, bro, like, they was wondering how I got that bonus, because they accused me of cheating. They were like, hey, you cheated, or they said it. They sent the message. I forgot how the message went. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm like, God damn, you accusing me of cheating though? I wasn't supposed to get the bonus. I'm not supposed to have an extra $200 in my pocket per week. That that's like, man, that let me know that you guys are you got me up on the hamster wheel, or you trying to keep me on that hamster wheel. You feel what I'm saying? That's why I'll never do Uber and Lyft throughout my whole entire life, because that ain't nothing but a hamster wheel job. You're not really making any money. You feel what I'm saying? You're not making no real money. You ain't like making 200,000 a year. You're not making that type of money. You're making poverty wages. You see what I'm saying? Because look, you gotta pay tax, and you gotta pay gas. You gotta pay maintenance. Man, it's a bad deal, especially if you're doing it long term, full time. You're doing it full time. Like this one guy, he quit his job to do DoorDash full time. I'm like, bro, don't do that, man. Boy, you could tell, man, a lot of these guys who do that, they're just not the smartest knives in the drawer, man. They're not the sharpest knives in the drawer, because you're putting miles and pressure on your car, and your car is depreciating with value every single mile that you put on it. You're gonna need a new car, all over again in a couple of years. And I was fucking stupid myself doing Uber and Lyft full time, bro. Yeah. Yeah, they cheated. They claimed me out. They claimed I was cheating or something. I was like, what the hell? For real, when I got the bonus, they accused me of cheating. How can you cheat getting the bonus though? You need those rides. How the fuck did I cheat? Nah, because you ever notice, I don't know if you drive Uber or Lyft, but you ever notice that the closer you get to the bonus, the longer the rides become, right? You start getting these ridiculous rides 30 miles away, 40 miles away. You feel what I'm saying? And then like for real, I clearly remember, like, it was like, it was like yesterday, bro. Like, I remember they accused me of cheating of getting the bonus. And I said, ain't this a bitch? They accused me of cheating. Now I'm just really smart about like how to get it. You know what I'm saying? You take the short rides in the early of the week. Okay? Don't be taking no long, ridiculous rides that's going 30 miles away, 20 miles away. That's 20 miles away. That's a long ride, man. Nah, it should be like at least 10 miles away, bro. It's your car, it's your decision. You can make the decisions if you want to, man. I don't have to take a 30-mile trip or a 50-mile trip. Sometimes I would get 50-mile trips going from Walnut Creek to San Jose. And sometimes I would take it, depending on, if it's the weekend or not, If it's the weekend, I'll take it. But during the week, Monday through Friday, I'm taking short rides and medium rides. You know what I'm saying? I'm staying. That means I'm staying within a 10 to 15 mile radius. I ain't going nowhere. I'm not leaving this area. You feel what I'm saying? Because I need that bonus at the end of the week. That's how I used to do it. How much would you make on a 50-mile trip? Less than $100. And to me, that's not worth it. You know what I'm saying? So you're getting charged, was it $1 per mile? Or something like that. Yeah, you're making like $1 per mile, so it's not worth it. So you're basically gonna make $50 for a 50-mile trip. That's taking you out of your comfort zone. It's taking you out of your area. Then you gotta come back. And they invented. I like when they invented the destination uh, the destination feature, where you set the trip going out towards your house, right? Or you're going back to your home or whatever, and you get rides going only in that direction. That's what I liked about that, man. They got the destination feature on the app, man, where you just type in what city you want to go to, right? And you only get like rides going in that direction. So yeah, because people got tired of like taking 50-mile trips and being stranded in the middle of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? So if I take a 50-mile trip, I'll take some rides in that area, and then I'll set the app for home, and I'll only get like rides going toward home. You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't worth it, bro. Like, look, you gotta replace your tires after a while. Every 6 months you're replacing tires. That costs you money, man, and you gotta pay for that. And then you gotta change the oil all the time. You gotta pay for that. You gotta change your brakes all the time. You gotta pay for that. You're going through brakes at least twice a year, man. You're putting hella miles on your car, destroying your car, just to make a little bit of money. Now I can see if you was pulling in maybe like 200 grand a year, then I can say, okay, you're making 200 grand a year. That's kind of worth it. But you're making less than that. A lot of like Uber and Lyft drivers, they're making like 60, 70 grand a year, bro. That's poverty wages. Take home after gas and taxes and maintenance, 60 or 70,000 at the most. So it's not worth it. Don't ever do Uber or Lyft. If you're in it right now, get out of it. If you're doing Uber and Lyft, start looking for another job, bro. Like, don't be putting all the miles on your car, man. You know what I'm saying? Just because you don't want to have a boss, you don't want to have... Nah, man, it's better to have a boss and keep your car. You know what I'm saying? That's your only car. You know what I'm saying? I can see if you had an old like Prius that you don't really drive, you know what I'm saying, and it's just sitting there collecting dust, and you got other cars and stuff, then that's fine. You putting miles on a car that you don't even drive really. You feel what I'm saying? But you're using your main car to make money, and you're not making a whole lot, so it's not worth it. The people, in the corporate office, they're making the money. They don't have to put miles on their car. If you ask them, would you do Uber or Lyft? They'll be like, hell no, let them other dudes do it. I ain't putting miles on my car. I ain't using that with my car, man. I'm not doing that with my car. You know what I'm saying? Like this one guy, a while back, he was talking about Uber and Lyft in his bar a while back. I think it was maybe 5 years ago. He was like, shit, I won't use that with my car, man. I won't do Uber and Lyft with my car. Like he was just too good to do that. You know what I'm saying? And that's how you gotta look at it. I'm too good to do Uber and Lyft. That's like That's like for motherfuckers who just they're really desperate for money, and they don't want to get like a real job. So you know, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna put miles on my car, destroy my car by doing this, doing Uber, Lyft, DoorDash, all them driving jobs, bro. It's like not worth it, man. That keep you on that hamster wheel, bro. Because at the end of the year, you gotta pay taxes. If you've been doing it full time, you're gonna rack the bill up to like, man, your tax bill is gonna be in the thousands, bro. You're gonna need to put $5,000 down on taxes. Yeah, that's what happened to me, man. And then you'll never catch up either. Because in the following year, you still owe taxes. So it's like, you'll never catch up. Look, the thing is about Uber and Lyft, it's supposed to be a side hustle. It's not supposed to be your main gig, man. It's not supposed to be your main gig. It's supposed to be only you do Lyft and Uber like once or twice a week. You turn on the app or whatever. Monday through Friday, you're doing Uber and Lyft. You're putting thousands of miles on your car. You're destroying your car, bro. If you look at some of the reaction on some people when you tell them that you're doing Uber and Lyft, and they look at the car, they be like, oh, see, you're destroying the car. Man, let me tell you something, bro. I put like 200,000 miles on my car, my recent car that just got towed. I put 200,000 miles doing those driving jobs, bro. 200,000 miles. My car was over 200,000 miles. And I look back and I be like, damn, was that really worth it? Destroying my car like that? No. Hell no. It's fool's gold, bro. You know what I mean? Like when Uber and Lyft first started, like you could make a whole lot of money. Like you was making like 10 grand every couple of months. You was making like $5,000 a month. But when everybody started figuring that shit out, it got saturated. So then now you ain't making shit. You know what I'm saying? The gold rush is over. I remember somebody told me about Uber and Lyft when it first started back in 2012 and 13. And this guy was telling me like, man, I'm making like 10 grand a month. I'm making like $10,000 a month. That's what he was telling me. He said, man, I was able to pay off my wife's debt and everything with that job. It was Uber and Lyft. Nobody knew what it was at first. You feel what I'm saying? Nobody knew what it was. And then when everybody figured that shit out, that's when it got saturated, and now you can't make shit. You ain't making shit, bro. I'm seeing less and less Uber and Lyft drivers on the road, man. Yeah, I put a lot of money on that. I put a lot of miles on the car doing all those driving jobs. I did Uber, Lyft, DoorDash, Instacart. I was doing all those driver jobs for like years. And within like a 2 or 3 year period, I put like 200,000 miles on my car, bro. Because I was doing it full time. And it was a brand new car. So it was in good running condition. I kept it up. I kept the oil change, the brakes. I mean, I stayed on them brakes, man, because you're always stopping. You're doing a whole lot of driving. You know what I'm saying? I say about 3 or 4 years, I put like 200,000 miles. And you know, when you get to $200,000, 200,000 miles, your car is almost dead. You're like, your shit is heading for the graveyard. So soon enough, you're gonna need another car, which is gonna start the fucking goddamn car payments all over again, because you're still paying for the car. You know what I'm saying? You got a brand new car that ain't fully paid for, and you're doing Uber and Lyft and DoorDash and Instacart all at the same time. See, you telling me it's not worth it, bro. In the end, you got taxes, and then you got a car that's not even good anymore. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, nah, it's not worth it. Long term, it's not worth it. Short term, maybe if you like like you owe a debt or something like that, and you need some fast money, you need to pay it off real quick, maybe a couple of months of doing it, and then drop it. You know what I'm saying? Don't do it like long term where you like going years doing it. There's some motherfuckers, they go years doing it, bro. Years. They stay doing it. Having all them people in your car, man, that some of them don't even like you. Some of them be trying to snitch on you. Go run to Uber and Lyft. Oh, he said this, he said that. You know, I didn't like what he said in the car. I didn't like that. I'm like, man, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'll never do that shit ever, as long as I live, bro. And then what makes it worse is that they got that what they call it, the instant pay, where you pay $2 to get your money right then and there. Boy, them $2 add up. If you keep doing that, eventually them $2 gonna add up, and if you do it the whole entire year, that's gonna add up into thousands. You feel what I'm saying? You're not counting that shit out. You know? You're not counting that shit out, bro. Thousands of dollars. It adds up into thousands. You keep cashing out every week, you know, like 2 or 3 times a week, because you be needing that money. Or maybe you did it like you cashed out like every night. You know what I'm saying? That's like, if you cash out every night for 7 days, $2, that's like $14 a week. So now you're building up them dollars. Them dollars are racking on top of each other on the instant pay. So people thinking like, oh yeah, it's cool, I get cash right now. Bro, don't you know $2 add up after a while if you keep doing it over and over again? Boy, I was stupid. There's other motherfuckers out there like that too right now, man. You know, they just not, you know, they're not paying attention at all. It's going straight over their head. I got some subscribers that do Uber and Lyft. And I'm telling you right now, get out that shit right now while you can, bro. Get a real job. Don't do DoorDash. Don't do none of that shit, bro. You feel what I'm saying? Get out now. Get another job. Don't ruin your car. You know what I'm saying? And then not only that, man, you get your car puked in on the weekends. I had my car puked in twice. It would have been puked in more, you know, if I didn't spot the drunkenness on the customer. You feel what I'm saying? There's been a couple of times where they got in my car and you could tell that, you know, that person was fucked up. Basically, they had to carry her to my car. And I'm like, oh, no, you had to carry her? No, she got to be able to walk on her 2 feet to get in here. No, I'm tired. I'm canceling. She's too drunk. I could tell. She could barely lift her head. Nah, I'm good. I mean, she gonna throw up in your car. You don't want that shit to happen. You feel me? You see what I'm saying? So yeah, they got stuff out here to keep you on that hamster wheel, man. Some people would never stop working, bro. Like, they're gonna be always working until the day that they die. It's built to keep you working, bro. Keep them tax dollars coming in. That's all. That's their motive. That's their purpose. Their purpose in life is to keep them tax dollars coming in. No escape. You can't escape the matrix. No, you can. We don't want you to escape. That hamster wheel is important. Because you're basically running in place and ain't going nowhere, man. You ain't making no progress in life. Before you know it, you like 80 and still in the same spot you was in when you was born. You ain't made no progress. Even if you went and got a career, you're still on the hamster wheel, bro. You're making $200,000 or $300,000 a year. You're still on a hamster wheel. You a doctor, you a lawyer, you're still on a hamster wheel, bro. You ain't free. You can't do as you please. You feel what I'm saying? You just a higher paid poor person, basically, because you're still working for your money. I gotta go, man. You guys have a good day, man. I gotta end this live. It's already 40 minutes in. You guys have a good day. I'll be back on when I leave Starbucks. You know how I do it. Peace. I'm out.